You want it hard now or easy later? Or easy now and hard later? It's your choice, but you will get one or the other. You should never quit something that has great long term potential just because you can't deal with the stress of the moment. Momentary stress is going to be a part of anything that we do. So, for the moment that you start working on something, you are striving for something, there is going to be that pressure and that stress, especially when you first get started. And if it's worth having, there is going to be a little bit of stress associated with that. I think in life, we normalize like not wanting to feel stressed, not wanting to experience or be stressed. But in actuality, a certain amount of stress is actually healthy towards us elevating or moving towards things that we need to get close to. So, like having a little level of anxiety. Like, if you have anxiety about something, it's almost like a messaging system. So, where you may have an alarm that goes off in your house if there's a fire or if there's too much gas, and that alarm is beeping because it's trying to send you a message. And it's like that's what anxiety is. It's like that messaging alarm for our system. So it lets us know that, hey, you need to pay attention to this. This is what's going on at the moment, and we're trying to like let you know something so that you could reroute. So it's not always a bad thing. And stress is like a built-in mechanism for survival. So if something was going on and we needed to run or we needed to escape quickly, that stress would kick in and those endorphins would start flowing through our body and that adrenaline, and it would get us moving, right? But then we got to a point where we could, sit, calm down, and let those levels go back to normal. But when people don't let those levels go back to normal, or they're constantly just in that cycle of run, that's where that level of stress becomes unhealthy. But the level of stress that is healthy is getting those warnings and those signals from our body about what we need to recorrect, what we need to protect, and what we need to stay away from. So momentary stress is not necessarily anything to hide from. It's just something to go into and really decipher and read those signs and see how can you get it to benefit you by making those corrections. A long-term vision is so worth working on because time goes by before you know it. You could be like, you know what, it takes me 5 years of school to do that. Like, I'm not going to do that. And 5-10 years go by before you know it. And that's time that you could have been working towards that goal. That's time that you could have been putting in to go ahead and do that thing that you wanted to do. Or just because it took a little bit of time doesn't mean that it wasn't worthwhile. Because when that time go by, you're going to be like, dang, maybe I should have just got started, or I should have just did that when I said that I was going to do it, because now the time in which it would have took me has already flown by. We could get so used to delayed gratification that you could put off a long-term vision. So it's like, if it's not happening now, if I'm not getting that money now, then it's not worth me doing. If I'm not seeing the results now, if I'm not getting the accolades now, then it's not worth it. But it's like, to be honest with you, a lot of that stuff that you're doing short term and it takes no time to do, easy come, easy go. So if that money's coming real fast now and it's real easy to get, 9 times out of 10, that setup is not going to work out in the future. So it's the things that we actually take time on, we let grow and we let develop and we nourish and put into, that's going to be worthwhile for the long term. Start practicing and learning how to do things where you're not getting immediate gratification from. So do something that you know, okay, it's going to take a little while for me to see the results of this, but I know that if I stay consistent, I know that if I stay disciplined, that it's going to come eventually. It may not come as soon or as quick as I'm waiting on it to come, but it's definitely going to come because I've truly been putting in the work. You ever seen a baby when they got teeth coming in, right? And as the teeth are coming in and it's like they're teething, you got to give them these ice packs for their gums and their gums are cold. Or let's say you may break a bone and you're healing and that bone is itching and it's like, oh my, not the bone, but the skin around it, whatever. Bone, skin is itching and it's just really bothering you. So it's like a part of growth. It's going to hurt. It's going to be painful. It's not going to just be easy breezy. And it's like, you just going through life as normal. So no, when you have growth, or if you've ever heard of growing pains is a part of trying to do something different. Growing pains is a part of doing that thing that is going to take you a little bit longer and you're not going to get that immediate gratification, but that thing is going to be worth it. So in the beginning, it may be a discomfort temporarily, but if you never do it, then it's going to forever be a discomfort, because it's going to be on your mental like, dang, I never did it, or I never just pushed all the way through. I would always quit. If you get into that cycle where you start something and then as soon as it gets hard, you get in that little valley dip where, you know, everything, anybody that's trying something, they're going to come into that valley. First, it's going to start with that motivation. Then you're going to get into that valley. And then it's like, well, I don't feel like doing it anymore. The valley of discouragement. You're going to get into that valley and say, oh, I don't want to do it. But then what is it that gets you past that? It's your discipline that's going to take you back up. And if you could get past that little dip, then you can get past and you can do anything that you set your mind to in life. It makes you unstoppable. So don't not do what's hard because you have temporary discomfort. If it's hard, do it hard. If it's frustrating, do it while you're frustrated. If you're scared, do it scared. Do it without knowing exactly what's going to be on the other side of that, just long as you do it. And when you're doing it, don't forget to stay consistent, because some people will do it and be like, you know what, I did it. It didn't work. I don't know what happened. But what happened is you didn't stay consistent. You did it for 1 week and you was like, I don't have to do it anymore. You did it for 2 weeks and was like, I don't even feel like doing it anymore. Let me just see what happened. Let me see if I get any results from that. But that's not how that always works. So keep going, keep going, keep going. Stay consistent. Even when you don't feel like doing it, stay consistent when it's not easy. Stay consistent when it's days that you just really feel like, I shouldn't even have to do this today after what I've been through. Stay consistent no matter how hard it gets. So when you stay consistent, you get something called the compounding effect. And that's where you do something, you do something, you do something again, and then it builds up and it builds up and it builds up, and you start getting that momentum. So like when you first get in a car and you're driving, right? You don't just go from being still to 80 or 60, right? You have to build that momentum. So each mile is building, is building, is building. And it happens in such a quick time that our goals and in real life doesn't translate that way. I would love it. I think we all would love it if life would translate that way, but it doesn't. And you know what? Thank God it doesn't. Because we need those moments in between to grow, to elevate, and to learn new things, right? So just building that momentum, building that speed is so important. Building those compounding efforts. It's like compounding finances. Once it compounds and it compounds and it compounds, it grows a lot easier. So you can think about your future rewards, right? How does this benefit you in the future? If you keep going today, if you stay in school and you finish throughout that program, how is it going to benefit your tomorrow? So today you may not feel like doing it, but how is it going to affect your tomorrow? Is it going to affect you in a positive way where you can change your life and you can affect people around you and help change their situation, change their lives, and be a benefit to other people just outside of yourself and your family? So don't quit. Whatever you're working on, hang in there. Keep doing it hard. Earn tomorrow. Earn whatever it is that you're working on. So when you get it and you got it, you can be like, I worked for this. I earned this, blood, sweat, and tears. This is mine, and I'm not letting it go. So thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. I really appreciate you guys just watching my little videos. You don't know how much I appreciate y'all. So thank you. Please like, please comment, subscribe, do whatever you can to support the channel. I want to hear from y'all. Y'all be having me laughing sometimes in these comments. So just comment below. Let me know that you're here. Until next time, peace, love, and blessings.